Hello, my name is Scott Meineke. My dad served in World War II in the Navy. He was stationed in the Marshall Islands, and his job was to work on the bombers, and he would literally pick the parts of these men out of the cockpits that were shot by the Japanese. And during those times, you know, the poor guys, they didn't know what PTSD was. They didn't know about any of those things. So when he came back to the States after the war was over, he began to deal with PTSD, which nobody even knew about in those days, by drinking a lot and things like that. Those poor guys didn't know what they were going to do. And my dad finally succumbed to the depression of it with the PTSD and took his life. 1958, my mom found him in the garage with a revolver, service revolver, and he took his life. It was very hard growing up during that, losing your dad. When you go to Little League games and you see the dads and the moms in the 50s and 60s, it was very hard. And it's even hard to this day, but the wonderful thing is my dad served honorably. And I give him I give the glory to God and thank you for my dad, John Richard Meineke, U.S. Navy, World War II. Also, my great-grandfather many generations ago was Dr. Josiah Bartlett. He's on the Declaration of Independence on the top right-hand side. He was the first voice vote for freedom during the 1776 Continental Congress. When the king found out that he was supporting those not loyal to the king, they burned his house down twice. And him and Mary, his wife, lived in a barn while he was in Philadelphia. They lost 3 children because of that. But previous to that, when he was 18, he became a medical doctor, and he was dying, and the children in the area were dying as well. And he had some apple trees and decided that he would try to take the bark and make a tea out of it. So he did. And he told his friends, he says, if I die, don't give it to the children. So he took the tea, and within 2 days he was well. And the children lined up in his little house back in those days. And all the kids were well within a few days. And in fact, if you look in the medical journal today, you will find Dr. Josiah Bartlett as a creator of this tea in the early 1700s. I'm very proud of my grandfather. He served as an officer also during the American Revolution. His son was in the war. They're all patriots through our family all the way through. And all medical doctors, the generations there. And if you look on the Declaration of Independence, you'll see his name on the top right-hand corner. And he was the first voice vote from New Hampshire for freedom on the Continental Congress in 1776. So this is a little about my family. I'm Scott Meineke, and thank you for your time, and may God richly bless you.